it's not a personal thing, but I've had interns that I would never hire and I would never give a recommendation to.
So what are like top 3 things interns can do to impress you, and top 3 things that they can do to completely turn you off?
Not show up on time. That you don't show up on time.
That impresses you?
No, that's that is like interns. They walk right out the door.
Gone. Not interested.
It's all the stuff that that your folks or significant adults taught you when you were little. You know, be on time, be polite, don't smell bad. You know, don't do things that are socially unacceptable, or I mean, it's not that hard to perform a good internship. One of the best things you can say is, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah. Don't
ask
wrong.
questions. Yeah. Ask questions and get. And
you can't leave yet. You haven't had pizza.
These guys are class. It's okay.
At least somebody has class. Yeah. Other questions before the herd migrates?
Question. Do you think, like, for example, if you're going to music business or the movie business, whatever, and you feel like the industry is failing, right? For example, movie industry, film industry, you think you can, like, you should stick to it if that's your passion, no matter what, or you should play with, making like predictions, like I think this industry is not going to be worth it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, the film industry and the music industry are pretty big, and you alone taking them on is going to be tough. I mean, and it's going to work for somebody, but it's also not going to work for a lot of people too. So, I mean, honestly, the best way to get into the film industry is to move to Los Angeles and have a crappy job at a studio, and sort of learn the ropes there, and then maybe go to USC and then get some production job out of it, or something like that. That's the easiest way to go, and you'll be part of the film industry, which the contention is that it's failing, but you'll still be able to do what you love,
right.
And you'll be able to make the little part of the film industry that you have control over awesome.
So you believe, my question is, if you like something, I personally believe you should stick to it no matter what, because at the end of the day you're going to be happy, But you think you should be clever as well, and you think it might not be something that's example. I feel like the film business is completely going down, and sometimes I want to be an actor, but sometimes I feel like maybe I'm making a wrong decision. But sometimes I just feel like, hey, this is what I like, it has to change, the music is not going away, so I just might as well stick to it.
Brad Pitt is always going to have a job. You know what I mean? 10 years from now, everybody's shooting on flip cams, and making movies, they load the camera into their ear and it pops out their other ear. Brad Pitt is still going to have a job, he's going to be in those movies, And so if you're successful like Brad Pitt, you don't have to worry about it, And there's going to be actors and there's going to be acting regardless of what happens to Hollywood. Do you know what I mean? So, absolutely.
And I think actually you have more opportunities now, certainly, than I did, back when we were still carving shit out of wood. I mean, you can take stop moving. What the hell are you there? You can take a DSLR and make something, if you light it right and use the right lensing, and get it, obviously you have to run sound separately, but if you have a DSLR and someone knows how to use it, you can put out something that's comparable to any decent indie that's out there. And if you have somebody who's amazing, you can have something that's almost comparable to an actual film. So, what does that mean? It means that you and I have an opportunity, whether 48-hour film festival or not, to make something that somebody's going to see. We also won't make $25 million per person on it, because everybody else in the class can do that too. So we have a great democratization, which is the word I always hated when I used to listen to this crap that I'm now spewing. But there you go. But you and I could be in 25 films next year, right?
Yeah.
I mean, in 1994 I was in 4 films. In 1996 I was in 6 films, all of which tanked. But I was in them. Today I could literally open up NewEnglandFilm.com and I could get an older, fatter role than I used to get when I was your age, and probably 20 or 30 flicks that are shooting, within the area. It's impressive.
I heard a different curve to your question at the very beginning. It's the music industry is failing, the film industry is failing. It's not failing. It's just the technology is changing. So the power is changing hands. All right. So right now you've got no freaking. This is the worst thing in the music business. The Little Girl on the Ukulele, although some of them are very good. Some of them are very good. So anyway, there's no bar out there. You didn't get into a film unless you passed all these tests and, the screen test, we're going to get the right thing. We actually have a really good, the script sucks. No, anything goes. There's a lot of crap out there because we have the tools to make all this stuff, whether it's music or film or whatever. Do good stuff. Do good stuff. Good stuff is always going to last. I don't care about the technology. I don't care about the fat cats that ran record labels that didn't get it. They had their head in the sand and didn't understand what Napster was all about, like an opportunity rather than the death of the music industry. They totally blew it. I mean, that's a lot of people that are uninformed about that technology is going to change your business mode. So do good work. Do good work, and you will absolutely succeed in whatever you do. I don't care if everybody's got cameras in their hands. Most of them cannot shoot anything, but they have a camera in their hands. That doesn't make them good, and it doesn't make them a competitor. It makes more noise. That's what I hear. I see noise. So that means if you're going to be good, you got to poke through there and just nail the crap out of whatever it is that you do, even if you do it with an iPhone. It doesn't matter. It just has to be good. So people love to be entertained. And they're going to pay money to be entertained because they can't handle reality, right? Who can? So it's going to be there.
No, if I might add, journalists, hello, our industry is dying, supposedly.
Yeah.
I just, from what I heard in your tone, you just really have to be sure you want to do this. Because there's, don't question yourself. That's the problem. Because if I were questioning myself, I would not have just paid another, bunch of money, not to throw out numbers, to get a degree in journalism when the industry is dying.
Do you still have loans?
I do, yeah. But I got scholarships.
We're going to pass a hat.
So. Yeah, I'm going to skip the money situation.
I got 2 kids in college. I don't want to hear about this.
Yeah, right.
They're not bad.
But no, it's true. I mean, if you don't believe that this is what you want to do, stop doing it now. Because it does get expensive, not just like to find a job, but to survive. Right. And it's not easy. There's 20,000 of you out there. And I don't want to be like pessimistic, but you have to be very real with yourself and have that knowledge that you're going to put your best foot forward, and that's what's going to make you stand out. Because, like you, there might be the other 20,000 out there who are doubting themselves, and they're not going to make it because they're not positive. They don't have a positive outlook, and that's really what you need to have. And that's why, I still read newspapers in print because even it's nostalgic maybe, but I love to read a print newspaper. And I truly believe that's not going to die. I can't fathom a world without a physical newspaper. And I do believe that one day I will have a little column there that will see, Bessie King and the little picture made out of dots, something like that. That is what I hope. And I'm not going to let that falter, because if I do, then what am I doing? You really have to believe that you can do this. And if it doesn't work one way or another, be creative.